Before I begin, I want to just say that these two things are mutually exclusive. If someone says they agree and endorse Pride Month, that does not mean they do not agree and endorse Men's Mental Health Month, and vice versa. I think it's really, really dumb to compare these two because on one hand we have a month that allows the LGBTQI plus community to give pride to each other, pride to themselves, and just to like enjoy like who they are. And on the other hand, we have a month to bring awareness to men's mental health because yes, I agree that statistically men are the ones to commit you know what. I'm going to list a few countries on the screen. So these are significant because the countries that are listed are all the countries that you would be executed in for simply being gay. There's a much longer list of countries where being gay is looked down upon. I also want to talk about the history of Pride Month. On the 28th of June in 1969 in New York, there was a police raid on the Stonewall Inn, which was like a popular place for young members of the LGBTQI plus community to hang out, right? They arrested employees for selling liquor without a license. They roughed up many patrons and they cleared the bar. What separates this from any other incidents of gay discrimination is that outside the bar there was a crowd that saw the bar's patrons being herded away into police vans, and thus they became enraged, which led to a riot of about 400 people. And that was the spark that lit the movement for LGBTQI plus rights. And that is why Pride Month is important, because gay people have been put down again and again and again. Matter of fact, just last month, numerous amount of trans people were killed. And no, that wasn't in any of the countries that I mentioned where being gay was illegal. That was America. America, the so-called land of the free. And if the trans people aren't safe in America, where are they safe? And I think that is why Pride Month is important. My issue is that people are using men's mental health to hate on the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm going to level with you. I'm a guy myself. I'm a man myself. And I'm not scared to admit that I've also had dark thoughts. But that does not and will never not give you the excuse to belittle and riddle a whole group of people. I think that when people do compare this, it gets me so upset because you know what? You know what? In comparison, yes, Pride Month takes priority over Men's Mental Health Month. Okay, like I think that when you are comparing them, you are fighting a losing battle. And the thing is, when comparing these two groups of people, I need you to look back and look at what you're comparing. Right? Look at the two groups you're comparing to each other. You're comparing the most oppressive group in history, backed by facts. Men are, in fact, the oppressors of all time, versus an oppressed group and a community of people that have been oppressed for years on years on years. And you're sitting here and you're telling me that you think that the oppressive group takes staple over the oppressed group. Right, right. I see. I've also seen a bunch of other videos on my feed talking about on Pride Month saying that oh yeah, if Pride Month is allowed, we can have a Jesus month or a Christianity month. Before I begin my tangent, I just want to say that these creators do not speak for all Christians. I've met many Christians in my life, and for the most part, Christians are really cool people. But the idea of a Jesus month is so dumb. You have every single Sunday of the year, which, if I'm correct, is 52 Sundays, which is already more than every Pride Month, because every Pride Month is only around 30 to 31 days. And I don't even want to talk about Easter or Christmas. In conclusion, it's really dumb to compare these two, and yeah, that's kind of my whole thing. Yeah, happy Pride Month to my gays and gals, and protect the dolls.